Top 5 Rangers that could become breakout stars in 2024, next here on the Texas Rangers Clubhouse. Hey there, my name is Jeff Bates, the Texas Rangers Clubhouse, where we talk about all things Major League Baseball, Texas Rangers, and stuff that excites me in the baseball world. Great article today, MLB.com. I checked it out. Each team's most likely breakout star for 2024. It's an interesting article. It's got all the teams on it. You can go check out your favorite team if it's not the Rangers. Lots of interesting things. Some things I agreed with, some things I didn't agree with, like they put Juan Soto on the list. Hey guys, he's already a star. So it was a little bit of a strange list, but I liked reading it. Let's put it that way. The Rangers edition was interesting and written by our Kennedi Landry, who I very much enjoy. She writes for MLB.com. I like her on Twitter. You should check her out. Here's what she says. Owen White is her choice. We look to the minors where Owen White, the Rangers' number 8 prospect, should be the next man up on a thin big league rotation. The right-hander looked prime for the big leagues after a breakout 2022 campaign in which he posted a 3.59 ERA across high A and double A. But then he faltered to a 4.22 ERA in 23 as he made the transition to AAA. 4.22 isn't that bad, first of all. Just going to throw that out there. White has all the tools to be a frontline starter if he can get back to his 2022 form. And while he may not be on the open day roster, it wouldn't be a shock to see him in Arlington soon thereafter. I love Kennedi Landry. I do not agree. He does make my top 5. This video is going to be my top 5 potential breakout stars for the Rangers in 2024. And he would be on the list. I don't put them in any particular order. I suppose if I did, he would be number 5 on the list. I do think he's going to be in the rotation at some point this year, and I do think he could stick. So I guess I have to agree from that standpoint, right? I think he's a good pitcher. I was actually there for his Major League debut. He pitched, what did he pitch? The 3rd and the 4th inning against the Angels. Cody Bradford started. It was in May or June when the Angels were in town. Shohei went off. Shohei that day, I think he went 2 for 2. He had 3 walks. He had a stolen base. I think he had a double. The Angels beat us. Corey Seager went deep. It was a great opportunity to be at his first start. I do think Owen White will be a good pro. I do. I was glad we didn't trade him away. Regardless, he's going to be good. This is the year. And, it's time to see what we have with him. I think everybody's expectation is the pitching staff is very thin for the first half of the year, and the second half of the year we're going to get Mahle, we're going to get DeGrom, we're going to get Scherzer. So everybody's already saying we've won the trading deadline. Owen White's going to matter in the first half next year. It is his opportunity to shine. He'll get 2 to 6 starts before the All-Star break, in my opinion, and we'll see a lot right there. I'm excited for it. But for me, he'd be the 5th most exciting potential breakout for the Texas Rangers. Also on the list, got to be Evan Carter now. He might be a star already, so I'm only going to talk about him for a second. If you're watching this channel, you know about Evan Carter. Huge prospect for us. Everyone wanted him to come up. I did a video, will he be the Rangers' savior? He was. He got brought up right when we needed him. There was a hole in left field, and he mashed throughout September. He mashed throughout the playoffs. Great defense, great base running. Great offense. I was proud to be at his first game, saw his first hit, watched him on TV in his first World Series. What a run the Rangers had. Much about Evan Carter. It doesn't happen without Evan Carter. So is he already a star? Yeah, I would say he is. Can he be a breakout star in 2024? No, I think he's already a star. Can he be the Rookie of the Year in 2024? Yes, therefore I've got to mention him. He's going to start in left field almost assuredly, potentially center field long term, right? We'll see what happens with Langford, and who knows what's going to happen in center and all those things. But Evan Carter is going to be a fixture in Texas for a long time. Superstar, yes. Breakout star, I think he's already a star. Number 3 on the list, we got to mention the number 4 overall pick last year, Wyatt Langford. He mashed at AA. He mashed at AAA. He mashed at Hickory, which is single A. There's no way he doesn't hit in the major leagues this year. Does he make the opening roster? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. I wouldn't go so far as to say probably, but maybe. Will he hit and be good? Probably. I mean, even Aaron Judge was a horrible hitter as a rookie. So we should probably temper our expectations. Will he be a star? Yeah, I think as much as you can project superstars in baseball, you can't get much more likely to be a superstar as him. I think he should have been the first pick in the entire draft. Sure, Dylan Cruz is great. Sure, Skeens is great. We got him at number 4. I really like Max Clark. I thought that's who we were going to get. He went to Detroit. But the guy I would have taken first overall was Wyatt Langford. I did a video on it then. You can go watch it if you don't believe me. Wyatt Langford, in my opinion, will be the biggest star of those four. And all four of those guys could have, you should even add in Jenkins, who was the 5 pick going to Minnesota. All 5 of those guys should have been and could have been the first pick overall in most major league drafts. And we'll mention that when we talk about Jack Leiter here in a second. All that to say, will he be a breakout star next year? He might be. I think he gets 300 to 400 at bats, and that gives you enough chance. Will he be the starter left field opening day or the DH opening day? I have my doubts, but I do think he does damage next year. I do think he matters. And of course, if anybody gets hurt, he gets all the at-bats he needs. Will Wyatt Langford be a star next year? Well, we'll see, but he will be a star in the future for sure. Next on my list, Jack Leiter. Very much like Owen White, he's going to get a chance to get 2 to 10 starts before the All-Star break, likely. I love this kid. I was at his first start in Double-A. Got some videos of it. I don't think I've even put that on the channel. I probably should at some point. 19. So everybody's talking about how he's a flop. He's not. He was the number 2 overall pick in a draft that really nobody has become a star out of yet. The first pick was Henry Davis, who went to Pittsburgh. We could have had anybody else. I guess Matt McLean has already been up for the Reds in the draft, but I think Leiter this year will be his year. 19 starts in Double-A, 5.07 ERA. If you stop right there, you go, oh, it's not there yet. But I disagree with that. First of all, it's in Double-A. The ball flies out here in North Texas in that little tiny park, and they weren't working on trying to get results out of him. They were working on his delivery. We'll talk about that in a minute. In 81 innings pitched, he had 110 strikeouts. That's not a year that we should go, he's just a flop. I'll say it again. 81 innings pitched, 110 Ks. Number 2 overall pick in the 21 draft, as I said before. We have an assistant GM for player development named Ross Fenstermaker. I hope I said his name right. Here's what he said not too long ago about Jack Leiter. We were really looking more at the delivery than the results. We're really excited about the progress he's made. And I am too. They took him off of the Double-A roster for a while, and they put him on the developmental list. He sat out for a while. Then they brought him here to Arlington. He pitched for Fenstermaker and some of the other executives at Arlington, and he apparently, I wasn't there, of course, looked really good on the field that day. They sent him to Triple-A. I think he only got 1 start up there. He's a Triple-A starter this year, and he's a major league pitcher this year. He will get some starts in Arlington, barring injury. Almost assuredly, and I really think this might be his year. Him and Owen White, if they both hit, our pitching staff looks really, really good for years to come. If one of them hits, we're in great shape, and I frankly think they'll both hit. I think they're both likely to be very good pitchers long-term. Stars next year, we'll see, but Leiter's going to get his chance next year. And number 1, and I bet everyone disagrees with this. Let me know in the comments who you think is the big breakout star for the Rangers next year. Here's the one I think is the most likely, and I think the high likelihood is that you will all disagree with me on this one. His name? Josh Sborz. I love this kid. What was he, a 2nd-round pick? Maybe he was a 3rd-round pick a few years ago. His stats weren't great if you look at the overall. His ERA, let me find it here, 5.50 last year. That looks ugly. But I can tell you he had 2 stints that he was unhittable. In June, he had 6 holds. He had a whip of 0.43. He had an ERA of 0.55. One of the best relievers in baseball in June. You all watched him in September. He was just horrible, about to get cut. They were saying, I read articles about, is he going to get DFA'd? He looked really, really bad. And then all of a sudden he found it. He was great down the stretch. He was great in the playoffs. Of course, he's iconic now for the Rangers. Rangers history, last out of our first World Championship. I think he could be the closer. Leclerc is probably the likely closer if we don't bring in a Hader or somebody else. Who knows? Clase from Cleveland, anybody. But I think that there's a good chance that Sborz ends up being our closer. He has the stuff to do it. I like his mentality. I like the kid. I've got to meet him a couple times. Well, I got to meet him once, and who cares? He is good. Could he flame out and be off the team by May? Yeah, I suppose. Could he be the closer and lead the league in saves? Yeah, he could. I am very, very high on Josh Sborz, and I don't know anybody who's saying that, but they should be. He is a stud. So there's my 5 breakout stars potentially for the 2024 Texas Rangers: Evan Carter, Josh Sborz, Wyatt Langford, Jack Leiter, Owen White. Let me know who you think will be the breakout stars for the Rangers in 2024. If anybody, let me know why you hate my list. Make fun of me. Do whatever you want to do, but subscribe, like, share, all those things. And remember, most importantly, as always, go Rangers. Who do you think will be the breakout star of the Texas Rangers in 2024? Do you like my list? Do you hate my list? Regardless, please subscribe. Please comment. Tell me your answers. And if you want more, just click one of those buttons. There's lots more for you here on the channel. As always, we end with Go Rangers.